All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is going to be Teaching Aquatics for our Teaching Aquatics course, and we're going to be covering aquatic fitness principles today. So it's going to be a pretty quick lecture, just going to cover some of the basics. Hopefully you guys will have a great time with Dan on Friday, being able to actually experience some different types of aquatics fitness that can occur within a pool environment. So why is aquatic fitness important? Well, there's multiple different use of a aquatic environment to be able to increase our fitness. One, we can work on muscular strength and endurance. We can also work on cardiorespiratory endurance, which many of you have felt doing our swimming of laps, even as a warm up, how involved it is for our anaerobic and aerobic capacity when we're swimming laps. Other thing we can work on is our flexibility, range of motion, and with the new fit boards that are in this lower right corner of the slide, many different pool and aquatic places are using these fit boards to really work on balance and stability and just a positive environment to really work on yoga and core strength while being in a pool environment. And then definitely aquatic spaces are also used for rehabilitation for PT, OT, and different clinics as well. We'll have aquatic pools that are much smaller but can be used for the same different fitness principles and concepts. So cardiovascular endurance, how can we increase that using the aquatic environment? One, you can be working in shallow water or deep water exercises. Both are going to provide different exercises for you to be able to do. Clearly, if we want to decrease the impact when we're doing exercises in the water, it's best to do them in the deep end and then just use a flotation belt to be able to not have to worry about fatigue or keeping your body up out of the water. However, a great cardiovascular endurance activity is to just practice treading water without a flotation device in the deep end. And then when you start getting fatigued or tired, go ahead to the edge of the wall, hold yourself, or go ahead and put a flotation device weight belt on, and then go ahead back to treading water. So some other exercises that you can do both in shallow water and deep water could just be running, jogging, doing different leg kicks, forward kicks, side kicks, working on different flexor and extensor muscles of your legs, cross-country skiing, using upper body and lower body, jumping jacks, squats, lunges, pretty much any exercise that uses your own body weight can be done in the aquatic environment. Also, you can just swim laps. You can work on kicking, pulling, strokes. And really, we want to be working on aerobic, so using oxygen. So we're not going to be working on sprints in the water because that would be our anaerobic, which wouldn't be working on cardiovascular endurance. To work on the aerobic side is more so slowing down your swim and swimming for a longer distance or a longer amount of time to make sure that we're working on aerobic exercises. And then also using exercise machines in an aquatic environment. Anytime we're in the water, we're providing resistance to our body. And so now there's aquatic treadmills and stationary bikes that you could use in the pool as well. So moving on to more muscular strength with resistance exercises. Again, anytime that we can increase that drag and increase that resistance, we're going to really be working on our muscles. So the upper kind of right area up here is a tether. So you can wear this around your waist and then anchor in the tether and be able to swim and work on kicking and have that resistance and drag. Other thing like we've already used, kickboards, fins, pull buoys, any kind of buoyant equipment is also going to be able to provide resistance to you as well, as you can see in this lower right. Just doing arm extensions, flexions, and using these paddles here is going to create a ton of resistance when doing exercises in the water. There's also water wings up here that you can put on your hands, and then also these ankle cuffs that you can use on your feet to provide resistance for lower body exercises. You can wear ankle weights as well, and then even just the web gloves in the water is going to provide resistance. So anytime we can increase resistance by using a larger surface is going to put more restraints on our muscular system. Then you can also just use resistance rubber bands in the water and be working just like you typically would on exercises outside of the water as well. So again, continuing on with muscular strength and endurance, this picture right here is actually exercise equipment that is in the water. So chest presses, chest overhead press, flies, leg interior rotation, exterior rotation can all be done. We've also done exercises on the pool deck like planks, push-ups, sit-ups. Here's a picture here of using the pool deck to be able to do some ab crunches. You can also work on sprints for strength, so you can have a timed lap of kicking. You can only work on your arm strokes, or just, every 10 seconds you sprint down doing a swim stroke for the pool laps. And then here in the lower left is actually those resistance bands I was talking about that you can use within the pool setting to work on muscular strength and endurance. Another area is working on flexibility and balance, and that's primarily with these new fit boards, which is kind of like performing a SUP, stand-up paddleboard, but in a more kind of constraint environment where it's very more consistent. You're not in the ocean or open water. You're just in the pool performing different exercises. So these glide fit boards work on balance stability, core strength. You can set up these resistant bands to be able to work on different strength moves with upper body and lower body. And they can also increase range of motion with doing different yoga moves on the fit boards. The other thing is actually increasing resistance with using a noodle. Very inexpensive way to be able to gain muscular strength with using a noodle in the water for resistance. And so here you can see this woman that's doing some squats, some chest press, a lunge using the noodle, and then wrapping it around her waist to be able to do some knee lifts to work on core and abdominals. So inexpensive way and a fun way to be able to provide every individual in the pool with a resistance piece of equipment that's way less expensive than buying any aquatic equipment that's specifically used for resistance in the water. You can get pool noodles for $1 and have each student in your program be able to use a pool noodle and work on fitness and strength within the aquatic environment, either as a warm-up or of actual fitness lessons in the pool. So what are the benefits of doing fitness within an aquatic environment? One, we've already talked about that. Very low impact, and you can have very high intensity workouts. So being gentle on the body with the water, not having that impact that you would running on a treadmill in your typical gym. The water kind of provides that low impact environment. Also, increase in coordination and balance, agility, just being in the pool, doing different exercises are going to be firing a lot more of the muscles because you need to, fight against the resistance of the water and maintain your balance and coordination. We already talked about increasing strength with the muscle force and having that resistance of the water and using additional buoyant equipment to be able to increase that body awareness, where your limbs within, proprioception, balance training we've talked about, joint stability, promotes stable ankles, knees, spines, which is really important as we all age to make sure that we're working those muscles around to prevent injuries and increasing our range of motion. Also, it's very fun kind of environment in the aquatic to be in the pool and to be able to work on different fitness elements and change up your fitness routine comparable to just going into the gym and lifting your weights and working on machines is now getting into the pool and going through either different fitness classes or just making up your own fitness exercise. You can look on YouTube or Google and there's tons of aquatic fitness classes around and communities, and also different videos and pictures of exercises that you can do yourself and build your own program to be able to implement in the pool. Also, long-term health can be applied for aquatic, just getting in and swimming, 10 laps once a week. It's going to help improve and maintain your strength, endurance, and stamina. And then weight loss as well because of all the muscles that you're using. If you're swimming laps or just doing exercises in the pool, you can kind of maintain that healthy weight that you want or increase your weight loss by participating in aquatic fitness. All right. Thank you all. Hope you have a great day and enjoy the information.